To our weekly webinar. This week we're talking about the events at San Fermin, some well-known and some very little known. And just as a reminder, we're working on the Running of the Bulls travel network. So you might know us, you might have met us through runningofthebulls.travel, pamplonabalconies.com, or pamplonahousing.com. So however you found us, we're glad you're here. Thanks for joining us, and let's jump in. Just to introduce the team really quickly, I'm Mark Hellman Regaby. I'm the founder of the company, started it in 2006. I'm from Dallas, Texas, but I currently live in Hong Kong. Maitana is also here. You might have met her on phone or chat, and she's our country director for Spain. She's also a Pamplona native, and she's our director of concierge services, currently lives in Dallas, Texas. Elisa, on the far left, is our country specialist for Spain and Peru, from Lima, Peru, and also lives in Lima, Peru. And then, last but not least, we have Noelle, who is our social media guru. She's from New York and normally lives in Lima. She's in New York tonight, but she'll be joining us in Hong Kong tomorrow, actually, to work on some projects. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so somebody might want to put on headphones or turn down their speakers. So let's jump in, and I'll take a drink. What is San Fermin? Well, San Fermin is the week-long festival that occurs every July 6th through the 14th. The most famous, of course, at the San Fermin Festival is the Running of the Bulls, which in Spanish is known as El Encierro. Or if I say it with the proper Spanish accent, El Encierro, but also includes other events. That's what we're here to educate you about. So what's the purpose of San Fermin? Why does the festival exist? It started in the Middle Ages when two events were actually combined. It was originally that what happened in July was a commercial secular fair that cattle merchants attended, and that's why there were bullfights around this time. The other was a religious ceremony honoring the patron saint of Pamplona, San Fermin, that was originally occurred in October. And then it was changed to July to combine it as the same time as the fair, primarily because the weather was much better in July than in October. So kind of the short list of what is happening at San Fermin. I have the Chupinazo, which is the Basque word for the opening ceremonies. It happens on July 6th. El Encierro, the Running of the Bulls, the Gigantes and Cabezudos, the giants and the big heads. You'll learn about them a little bit later. And the Procesión, which is a parade that happens on July 7th. And the Pobre de Mi closing ceremony. Poor me, because we're so sad that the San Fermin Festival has ended. So just to go through those briefly. The Chupinazo, opening ceremonies, happens on July 6th. It actually occurs at noon, when the rocket is launched by the mayor from the balcony you see there, where all the streamers are on the town hall. But because 10,000 people press into this square, we recommend you arrive at 10 a.m. so that you can actually get to our door. You can participate in that crowd down there for free, of course, and it happens at the Plaza Consistorial in front of the Ayuntamiento. So it marks the beginning of the San Fermin Festival. So when you put on your panuelo, the red bandana, you hold it in the air, and when the mayor announces that the festival has opened, you tie it around your neck, and you're not supposed to take it off until the fiesta is over. So to enjoy this spectacle, we have acquired two private penthouse terraces on the Plaza Consistorial, which are the only two available there. So it's a really exclusive way to enjoy the spectacle. It's also a way to stay clean. If you look at the crowd in the lower right-hand corner, you can see they all start to turn the same color. That's because they dump sangria, cava, mustard, flour, and eggs on one another. So by the end of it, you're pink and yellow and white. If you'd like to just watch that mayhem rather than actually participate in it, we have spots available on our private terrace where we serve the wine rather than pour it on you. This is a shot I took, actually, that's my wife's head. I think I took that one in 2010 from our terrace at the opening ceremonies. It's a pretty amazing spectacle. Other than just visually, it's also audibly, if you can imagine 10,000 people all screaming at the top of their lungs, it's almost deafening in that enclosed space. So welcome to other people who've shown up. Feel free to enter questions where it says type question here and press send, and we'll read them out or answer them via text chat to you. So the next major important part of the San Fermin Festival is El Encierro, the running of the bulls. It happens every July 7th through 14th on a daily basis. So the bulls run through the streets at 8 a.m. sharp. The route begins at the Corrales de Santo Domingo at the bottom of the hill and comes up Santo Domingo, turns onto Mercaderes, and then onto Estafeta Street, and ends at the Plaza de Toros, which is the bull ring. So your choices for participating are running with the bulls, be inside the barricades. You can watch from a balcony. You could try to get a spot on a barricade, or watch the end of El Encierro at the Plaza de Toros. You see everyone running into the Plaza de Toros. I've tried watching from a barricade in 2004. That was the time I first ran with the bulls, and another time I tried to watch, and it's almost impossible. You are fighting with drunks starting at 5 a.m., and there's only so many places, and not very comfortable. So we highly recommend a balcony if you want to see anything. So here's the route mapped out, just so you can kind of understand the orientation. The left side of the page is north. So the Corrales are down here, this little red square, just above, it's on the city wall, just above the Rio Arga, which runs along the city wall here. And they go up the hill. Plaza Consistorial is where the opening ceremonies are. Our apartment's right here for that. And we have balconies all along the route. Here's Mercaderes. This is called Dead Man's Corner, also in Spanish known as La Curva, the curve. And the long stretch up Estafeta, Telefónica, Callejon, which is like the alley going into the bull ring. So, Procesión. Maitán, I think you were going to talk about this one, right?
Yeah. Yes. Well, the procession take place on July 7th at 10 a.m. and well, is a free event, and consists that the city officials collect the priest from the cathedral and go together with the Pamplonesa, this is the music band from Pamplona, and with the giants and big heads to go to San Lorenzo to take the saint, the San Fermin, and go around and walk around the city. And well, this event is very important for us, for the people from Pamplona, and the best moments for us are the momenticos, and there are two moments. Well, there are three: one in the cathedral, one in Plaza del Castillo, Plaza del Consejo, sorry, and one in Calle Mayor. And this consists that one people sings to the saint, and everyone is quiet, and it's a very, very emotional moment for us. The next one are the giants and big heads, or gigantes y cabezudos, o cliquis. Well, this is very nice for children and also for us. I love that. I love them. Take place on July 6th and 14th. Start at 9 a.m. And well, in June we will get the final program with all the schedules and the road that they are going to take. But they are dancing with the chistus. This is another typical music from Spain or Navarra, and well, this is free. And the giants are four couples of queens and kings, and there are a large giant puppets dance through the street in Pamplona, and the traditional dates back to the 11th century. If you So,
Maitana, can I ask you to explain what a kiliki is?
yeah, if you going to the next slide,
I'm sorry.
we are going to see the picture of all of them. In the top row, there are the giants. Left to right are the Reina Americana, Rey Americano, Rey Africano, Reina Africana, Reina Asiática, Rey Asiático, Reina Europea, and Rey Europeo. And in the second row, we can see the kilikis, the cabezudos, and the zaldicos. The kilikis and the zaldicos are big heads that are running to hit children with a esponja, Mark?
Sponge.
Yeah. And all kids have a lot of afraid from them. And the cabezudos are very nice people, and they only want to give you their hand and give you some sweets and take a picture with you. And the names from them are Patata, Barbas, Coletas, Caravinagre. This is the worst. Napoleón, Verrugas, Concejal, Japonés, Alcalde, Abuela, and Japonesa.
And there'll be a test on this. We expect you to carry this slide around with you and identify all of them.
No.
Or just ask Maitana if you're on the street.
Sorry?
We can ask you if you're on the street. We can ask you who is who.
No, well, the people in the street.
Yes.
This is the people that is going inside the giants and play the music.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So,
And we have another event, and this is the last event of the San Fermines, the most sad event, because the San Fermines end, but it's very nice because everyone is in the Plaza Consistorial on July 14th at midnight in front of the City Hall to wait the major and to close the ceremonies. So everyone has a candle or hold a candle and sings a very popular song that is Pobre de mí, que se han acabado las fiestas de San Fermín. And we have a private terrace there to enjoy, not with the people on the streets because it's full of people, and we can enjoy with the candles and everything, but also with a glass of wine. So I think that is much better.
yeah, we enjoy hosting people on our terraces. It turns out to be a great place to meet other travelers, learn a little bit more about what's going on down below culturally, and just hang out a little bit and enjoy some time together during the fiesta. Okay, so those are the big ones. Why don't we stop now and do a poll? Do you have our first poll question ready? Helps us get to know you guys a little bit, and instead of this being a one-way conversation, we can hear from you. In a second, there'll be a poll question that pops up on your screen. So this one is, what event are you most looking forward to during the running of the bulls or the San Fermin festival? So you've heard about the big five. So pick one and push submit, and we'll see what we can learn about who's here.
The most popular are the Chupinazo and the Encierro.
Okay, Chupinazo and Encierro, I agree. So, what other events occur during San Fermin? So we've got guided walking tours and welcome tapas. We'll talk a little bit about that. Of course, bullfights, which are famous and connected to Pamplona. Peñas, the Toro de Fuego, the fire bull, the Encierrillo, fireworks, recital of the Jotas, the Apartado, rural sports, Baile de la Apargata, I'm trying to learn that one, and the Recortadores, and of course the farewell to the Gigantes y Cabezudos. And actually this picture figures into my history in San Fermin. These are traditional Basque musicians, but this is an old. They're playing, striking different boards of different materials, and they have different tones. And since the Basque Country is spread throughout the Pyrenees, they would use this to communicate from hilltop to hilltop, to quickly send messages. And they would play different patterns. And so these guys come and set up every day in the on Mercadera Street and play for hours and hours and hours. It's really interesting. Unless you happen to be trying to sleep in an apartment just above them, which I was one year. So, but it's interesting for the first hour. So, Maitane, do you want to talk about this one or me?
Uh, you can talk about that.
Okay, so one of the things we've added this year is a guided walking tour. We encourage a lot of our clients to arrive on July 5th because it's a little bit calmer, not to mention cheaper since it's not officially part of the fiesta nights in the hotels. And then you're ready for the opening ceremonies. So we've added a guided walking tour of the Encierro route and then a welcome tapas event on July 5th. So it's a great way to learn a little bit more about the history of the bull run in the city before things get crazy on the 6th. It's also a great way to meet other travelers and try some really good Spanish tapas and Basque pinchos, which are from Navarra. By the way, we had a webinar last week on San Fermin gastronomy and food. That's now available on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/ROTB travel. And then, of course, the bullfights. They actually run every July 5th through the 14th, but the 5th is up and comers. It's kind of an amateur, so it's called Novillada, and we do sell tickets to that as well. So if you're in town on the 5th, it's a great opportunity to see more bullfighting. So it starts at 6:30 p.m. each night. We recommend you arrive by 5:45 just to be sure you get a seat and get comfortably to your seat. It happens in the Plaza de Toros. July 6th is a special fight called the Corrida de Rejones, which is actually a mounted bullfight. It's very interesting and very different from what you'll see around the world in bullfighting. Just one note, if you buy on the shaded side, it's more serious and calm. If you buy on the sunny side, you usually get drawn into food fights and get sangria dumped on you because that's the party side. So just let us know your preference. So after the bullfights are Las Peñas. So the Peñas are social clubs around town that people join up, and they actually have their own bars and their own gathering halls where they get together socially on a regular basis, and they form bands and have their own banners and their own flags. And so San Fermin, the Peñas come out in force. So they go to the bullfights as a group with their band and their banner, and they sit at the bullfights on the sunny side and party and have food fights, and then they leave in their own little procession down Estafeta Street. So it's a lot of fun to just follow them, and you can dance in the street, and you can hear the bands compete, and they usually stop about halfway down Estafeta and play for a little bit. So it's a great way to kick off your evening schedule. The Fuego de Toro, the Bull of Fire, happens every night from the 6th to the 14th. It's posted in the official schedule, which comes out, did you say in June that comes out, Maitane?
In June?
In June, the official schedule comes out from the Ayuntamiento?
Yeah, in June, at the middle of June.
Okay, so we'll share that with you guys as our customers. We'll be sending regular emails starting next week to update you on how to prepare for the trip. This is actually a lot of fun. It's also very dangerous. It's very strong Roman candles strapped to the back of a guy wheeling around a bull costume. And if you get very close, you should definitely shield your eyes. Maybe your skin. I've gotten burned a few times from it, but it's a lot of fun. And then there's the Encierrillo, which is known as the Night Passage. It happens every night at 11 p.m. from July 6th through the 13th. This is how they move the bulls from the Corrales de Gas, which is where all the bulls are kept just across the river to the north of the old city. And they walk them up this long hill to the Corrales de Santo Domingo. So this would be the 6 fighting bulls and the 6 steer that are going to make the run the next morning. It's very quiet and calm. We actually have a new location this year to watch from. We've had varying degrees of success with getting people on the wall, and it's kind of hard to uncomfortable because you have to wait. So we suggest now eating in the Restaurante Portal Descalzos, and if you subscribe to our concierge services, which come in every VIP package we do, but also you can purchase a la carte, and they include 2 airport or train station transfers. We can make reservations for you on your behalf to eat in that restaurant. So the fireworks happen also every night, July 6th through the 14th inclusive. They're shot off from the Ciudadela, the Citadel Park. Of course, they're free if you want to stand in the park and watch. But we've found a really great partnership with Baluarte, the local art museum and performing arts center. They have a rooftop terrace spot. We love rooftops, and we're offering an exclusive event. They have a wine party, and we're getting a special roped-off section for our customers that will have extra wine and Spanish ham, and we'll be able to gather there. The fireworks begin at 11 p.m., but we'll open that terrace at 10. So that's something you can buy a la carte as well, or include in a package. So Maitana, tell us about the recital of the Jotas.
Okay. The recital of the Jotas take place every day and from July 10th to 14th in the mornings in the Paseo Sarasate. The Paseo Sarasate is very near Plaza del Castillo, and they are one of the main streets in Pamplona. You can attend for free, and you are going to see how the joteras and joteros sing and dance the traditional songs. The jotas, there are many kinds of jotas in Spain, and in Pamplona we have a different one from Aragon, for example. And well, for me, are very nice, and it's a very different song.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really neat to just see people gathering and dancing around. It really, that's where you start to get into the culture of the festival and how meaningful it is for the locals. By the way, feel free to submit any questions, even if they're unrelated to the subject. We're happy to answer them as we go through this. This is definitely a time for us to be available for you guys. We have all 4 of us here. So answering them either by text chat or we'll announce them out loud might be useful for the rest of the group. So the other is the apartado. Maitana, you helped find this one for us, so I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, the apartado takes place every day of San Fermines at 1 p.m. and it takes place in Plaza de Toros, and the tickets are very limited because this event is very popular to go to many people from Pamplona, and it's a very social event, and you can see there very important people from Pamplona, and and the matadors are there, and this consists in assign the 6 bulls to the matadores to fight with them in the evening. And if you're going to the apartado, the best one of the best parts of this is that you can eat typical criadillas, is a bull testicles, and it's very typical from Navarra, and is very tasty. And you can also drink the typical wine fino, that is Andalusian wine, and you are going to enjoy a lot. Normally the tickets are very limited, but we have a few, so if someone are interested, you can ask to me or Mark, and we are going to find tickets for you.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that we've been able to get access to this, and this is one of the benefits of having Maitana on the team. Since she's from Pamplona, she knows a lot of the people who run the different institutions. So, and that's part of what we call authentic experiences, getting you closer than you would if you just went through a travel agent. So we're really excited about adding the apartado. One of the other fun things we have is the rural sports. If you
Well,
guys have watched the, go
Mark,
ahead.
sorry, I have a question here. Is where can I print the official schedule for these events? The official schedule is will be ready on June, at the middle of June. So you can ask to us, and we are going to send you the PDF or the program. Or if not, you can go into the City Hall website, and you can download from them. Yeah.
And Maitana has authored a Pamplona travel guide this year, and it's available for a free download on runningofthebulls.travel. So if you go to the front page and about halfway down on the left-hand box, you'll see download travel guide for free. And that PDF has most of these events in it and a general idea of when they occur. Any of them that are um, specific time and place that would change year to year. We also say wait for the official schedule. But that's a really good resource because it includes a map with locations of Maitana's favorite bars and things like that. And we'll mention it again at the end here. Thanks for sharing that question. Yeah, feel free to ask any more, you guys. We love hearing from you. So this one reminds me of the Great Outdoor Games, if you've ever seen that, or like the Strongest Man competition. Things like stone lifting, tree trunk chopping, and I don't know what socatira is. Maitan is the expert on that. That sounds very Basque.
So Gatira is like there are two groups or two very strong men with a cuerda, Mark.
Like a rope,
Yeah,
is that right?
and they have to push and pass one of the marks.
Ah, okay, we call it tug of war.
Okay.
We're all learning something today. So cross-cultural experience. So yeah, so this is again, it's you wouldn't expect this stuff connected to the running of the bulls, but if you dig a little deeper, there's a lot of fun things you can go do. The other is the Baile de la Alpargata, which happens at the Nuevo Casino on Plaza Castillo, which is the really large plaza right in the middle of town. It's a social fiesta for the people of Pamplona, and it offers really good views overlooking the Plaza del Castillo and some good music and dancing. And included in it is a breakfast. So we've been able to secure a room, a salon, for our own customers with private dining, where you can participate in this event. It includes a VIP breakfast, the Baile de la Alpagata, and a Pamplona tour afterwards. So we think it's a great opportunity to get to know another cultural event where real Pamplonans go to celebrate San Fermin Festival. So it'll start from 8:20 a.m. just after the bull run each day, and this is available a la carte. I think it's on our website already, right,
Yeah,
Matana?
it is, yes.
Okay,
And
good. So,
here you can also meet some very popular runners and the pastores, and sometimes some bullfighters going there as well.
that's right. It's a good chance to meet the matadors and get your photo taken with them for bragging rights when you get home.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is one of my favorites, recortadores. These guys are insane. They basically do jumping and gymnastics while cheating death in front of a bull. And it's not every morning. It'll have to be, again, we have to check the official schedule, but it is absolutely worth going to because it's amazingly cool. These guys will jump in the air, do flips, do backflips around the bulls in perfect time. So I would definitely recommend checking out the Recortadores. And then, of course, the farewell to the Gigantes in Cabezudos. It happens on the 14th at 2 p.m. This actually happens in the Plaza Consistorial, and it's a great dance. Everybody's in their traditional costumes, and it's free, so we highly recommend joining that one. So feel free to submit any more questions because we're heading into our question phase here. But let me be sure and mention La Pamplonica's Guide, which is new this year. Maitana authored it as a Pamplona native. It's got a greeting from her in the beginning and then a list of her favorite events and her favorite bars and restaurants with a detailed map telling you how to get to each of them. So it's something you could actually download. It's a PDF, so you can download it onto your phone. For example, if you have an iPhone, you can open it in iBooks, and even if you don't have data when you get to Pamplona, you'll have the guide available on your phone. It's pretty awesome from that standpoint as a reference point. So we also I wanted to mention probably the best way to stay in touch with us here is to follow up on social media. So I'm going to just introduce a few of them right now, and I also want to introduce Noel, who keeps up with you guys via social media. So Noel, are you there? I think we have to.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Noel.
Hello, everyone. I'm really glad you could all join us this evening. I'm excited to work with Mark here and show some of our social media things. There you can see on the screen, we have actually some of the admin things. But this is the Running of the Bulls That Travel Facebook page. And here we share a variety of things. You can learn more about our webinars that we host or our giveaways. Currently, we have a giveaway for our fajas, which are the red sashes that many people wear around their waist for the Running of the Bulls and during San Fermin. We also share things like restaurant recommendations and the countdown song until San Fermin. And we also give alerts about when other balconies are being sold out. So there's a variety of things we share there. It's not all to bombard you. A lot of it's very informational. So it's a good place to like and communicate with us about, and definitely enter into the giveaway to win some fajas, because those will be perfect for your outfit. Help tie together, pun intended, your San Fermin outfit. Here, of course, we have the Twitter page, which we post things that other people have shared about the Running of the Bulls, just a little bit more condensed information, and the hashtag, or our handle is @PamplonaTravel. So feel free to follow us, tweet to us if you have any questions. We're more than happy to, reply to something. If you have a question quickly and you're on Twitter, go for it, tweet to us, and we'll reply with, anything you need. We also have a Pinterest page, which I know many people are into, myself included. What better way to get excited for San Fermin than to look at great pictures? So we have a couple different boards which we're working on. One of them is the San Fermin posters. As the San Fermin posters are a big hit each year, we wanted to share some of the older ones with you, and we've been posting some older ones and finding a variety of things to look at. And last but not least,
sorry, Noel. We have a question for James.
Okay.
He's asking where they can obtain the official runners outfit for the encierro. So if you want to buy the stuff for the San Fermines, everyone is clothes, white clothes, and you can buy the pañuelos in many stores at Estafeta Street or near Plaza de Toros or in the Menindades Square. And also you can buy there the fajas, the sash. And he's asking if is there any official uniform. So we don't have an official, but the normal is everyone is dressing white pants and white t-shirts. It's not very sophisticated.
And there's a lot of peer pressure. If you show up in something other than white and white, you usually get more sangria sprayed on you because you don't fit in. So it's kind of like junior high. You have to fit in.
Sorry, Noel. You can.
No.
You can.
Yeah. So probably grabbing your whites before wherever you're from and bringing them with you, and then getting the pañuelos and the fajas. If you don't win it in the giveaway, you may need to get it in Pamplona. On the screen, you'll see the Running of the Bulls Travel YouTube page. Here we have some videos, all very informational and beautifully done. One of them is a past webinar that we've done. It's the San Fermin Gastronomy. It allows you to learn a little bit about the delicious food that you will be able to enjoy while in Pamplona. We also have an interview with a runner and a bull caretaker. They're both seasoned runners and bull caretakers from Pamplona. That's the one that the mouse is hovering over. So we have a couple different videos there. We highly encourage you to take a look at them and get a feel for what Running of the Bulls Travel is like as a company and stuff.
And I would also recommend, sorry, Noel, I would also recommend our other YouTube channel for Pamplona Balcanies, because we've got a lot of the similar videos. We've also got a thank you video from the charity that we support in Lima, Peru, called Help Them Hope. A really nice happy holidays. Elisa appears in that one, by the way. That's her on the left.
I filmed that one.
Oh, that's right. Noel filmed that one. And then the cool thing is we've actually got a lot of how-to, like how to enjoy the opening ceremonies, Running of the Bulls travel tips. So how to plan your way around the run if you are running. Of course, some welcomes, and then there's some older documentaries we shot in 2006, which are really good introductions to the event as well. So that's on youtube.com/Pamplona Balcanies. Plural is the reason I stress it like that.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely like us on Facebook, and the best way to find our social media is just to go to runningthebulls.travel, and then in the header always you can click through up here. Anything else, Noel?
Mark, I have another question. I think that this is for you because you was a runner. So James is asking, where will you go to participate in the encierro? And is there any place to gate before entering the course of the encierro?
Oh, what was the last part? Is there any place to?
Is there any place to gate there before entering in the course of the encierro?
As a runner, you're going to want to get there very early. Well, about the same time as watchers, because they close the streets at 7. So the best thing to do is to arrive at between 6:45 and 7 and stand in front of the Ayuntamiento, which is the town hall, the very ornate building. This one right here on our screen. It should be showing up here in just a second. It might take a minute. There we go. So that's where you want to stand, is in front of the town hall, because there's a police line. It may even be in our gallery. Let me see if I can navigate to it here. There's a police line that's formed. It's an open secret that a lot of people don't know. Just beside the Banesto Bank. Yeah, one of my favorite photos. I took this in 2007, I think. So let me scroll up. So this Unzu store is no longer here, but this is the Banesto Bank on the left on Mercaderes Street. And so what happens is the police form a line cutting the crowd in half, and the thousands of people who are in front of this line, or I guess beyond this line, further around the corner on Mercaderes and Estafeta, are actually forced out of the bull run, and this is how they do crowd control. And this actually happened to me my first year. I was standing on the wrong side of this line, and I got forced out through a side gate, kind of put out to pasture, and then fortunately I had just enough time to run back around through Plaza de Castillo and duck through the barricades to join the run. So definitely be on the downhill side of this run. The best place to wait is in front of the Ayuntamiento. You still have time then to spread out. I think it's about 7:45. After they've cleaned the streets properly, they release this crowd, to spread out across the bull run. So you still get to choose your spot. So for example, a lot of beginners, I would recommend starting about a third of the way down Estafeta Street, because things have kind of sorted themselves out by that point. They've also made it around Dead Man's Corner, which is chaos, and you can pick up the bulls as you meet them on Estafeta Street. Let me see if there may be a shot here. That's heading into Dead Man's Corner. That's Dead Man's Corner itself. Shot from one of our balconies. I think that's shot from Mercaderes 13. I probably, let's see what this one is.
This is Santo Domingo, but is
Yeah.
On July 5th.
Yeah, I'd have to go into one of the balconies. We do actually have the view from each of our balconies in the shop, so you're able to see what view you can expect from a balcony. But yeah, so what's most important is to be ahead of that police line and then choose your spot after that. So please submit any other questions. We're here for you guys. So we booked this hour. Generally, we talk for about the first half, and then we just hang out and answer as many questions as we can.
Yeah, we have another one. Is do you run all the way to the end of the encierro, which I think it's at the Plaza de Toros?
That's right. So you can run all the way. There are two ways to do it. You can run ahead of the bulls, like well ahead of the bulls, and not fight with many people. But be prepared when you enter the Plaza de Toros, everybody jeers. And by the way, it's very confusing for Americans because Spaniards boo by whistling. So I saw a guy one time who was misbehaving in the bull ring wrestling the vaquillas, little heifers, well, not so little, heifers that they let back out after the bull run is over to play. And there was a big guy wrestling one of them, which is absolutely not allowed. But the whole crowd was whistling, and he thought he was a champion, and his friend was holding up his arm like he was a victor. But they were actually booing him because they were so angry for him mistreating the animal. And so it didn't take about 30 seconds before a gang of about 10 young Spanish guys piled on top of the guy and gave him their feelings about messing with the animal. So it's a little bit confusing. You can run all the way to the Plaza de Toros. You can run with the bulls. I would say it's not as much of an athletic feat that people make it out to be. It's more skill and awareness, and certainly soberness. Would never try it drunk or even slightly impaired. So the really good runners will run, they call it on the horns, just in front of the horns of the bull. But the biggest obstacle out there is actually other runners who aren't paying attention, who either are running forward but looking backwards and will run over you, or kind of standing in the middle of the street and not getting out of the way. The video on the Pamplona Balconies YouTube channel talks a little more specifically about this. Trying to remember what I titled it. I think it's this one, Running of the Bulls Video Travel Tips. So as a runner, I would definitely watch that video.
Yeah,
so
and also the runner and the pastor video are very interesting if you want to run, because they explain you what you should know, because you can't be stand up without run, and people don't know that, but normally you can't run after the bulls or detrás.
Yeah, after the bulls have passed you.
Yeah.
Behind them. Yeah, this actually is a fantastic video that we've just uploaded. It's the interview we did last year with a lifelong runner, and he's much more qualified to talk about it than I am. So I would watch it several times and memorize what he says. And then the second half is one of the pastores, who is a shepherd who cares for the bulls and keeps them moving. But the other thing is, if you follow too far behind the bulls, there's a gate that they shut at Dead Man's Corner, or several gates, and they shut it regardless of who's coming. So I've seen people just be impaled on the end of that gate because they're running at full sprint trying to make it to the bull ring after the bulls. So if you want to follow the bulls, you better stay within about 50 feet behind them in order to make it. Please submit other questions, guys. We're happy to continue to answer them. Thanks for interacting with us. It's good to hear from you. So you can also subscribe to YouTube channels, by the way, if you're logged in with your Google account. Just click subscribe, and you'll get updates anytime we upload a new video. And I would definitely upload or like our Facebook pages if you can, because then our updates will appear in your news feed. And sorry you're seeing my version since I'm an administrator of this page. You get all the statistics at the top. But if you just like it, it'll show up in your news feed. And we also monitor this for customer service, so feel free to ask us specific questions on this page, and we're happy to respond to them via Facebook or Twitter. And I'll just quickly...
Mark, we have another question. Someone is asking if my friends and I choose to enjoy the Running of the Bulls and other events with the Festival of San Fermin, will we meet with you in Pamplona on the first day on July 6th at the opening ceremonies? Yeah, actually we already have spots available for the opening ceremonies, right, Mark?
Yes, we do. And excuse me, we as a team, we're all there and available to answer questions, which is a great opportunity because it's 2.5 hours together on a terrace. So plenty of time to talk about the run, talk about the route, talk about the other events, and get to know each other. We also have a customer service desk in the lobby of the Hotel Puerto del Camino, and we'll be announcing those office hours soon, where you can just swing by and see us. Also, the Welcome Tapas is a great opportunity, and we're going to do on the 5th, and we're going to do we're working on a nightly kind of cocktail party tapas-like event as a fundraiser for our Authentic Progress charities. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. So we'll be announcing those soon via email. So the best place to watch for those is on our Plan Your Trip. Well, of course, we'll email you since you guys are all on our list. But if you look at extras under Plan Your Trip on Running the Bulls Travel, that's a great place to learn about some other things that we have available. So the walking tour, the VIP breakfast, and starting next week, I'll give you guys a sneak preview. Pamplona Balconies is undergoing a facelift. Having trouble typing. And it will be unveiled soon. Right now it's quote, hidden at pamplonadeals.com. And this will be the new Pamplona Balconies. Starting next week, you'll be able to have an interactive map of availability on our balconies. And then you see the real-time availability by day. And then specific deals for restaurant reservations. Our cocktail party, for example, will go on here. And then, of course, our Twitter feed is a great way to keep up with that as well. So all of this happens under the auspices of Authentic Voyages. That's our umbrella brand. With regard to Pamplona, it's the Running of the Bulls Travel Network, so which we introduced at the beginning. But just a quick introduction to Authentic, which is in the process of launching right now. By the time you get to Pamplona, we'll have this website completely done. We're actually adding tours that have the same characteristics of what we do in Pamplona, which is local, custom, and luxury. In Peru, to go to Machu Picchu and the Amazon jungle. In fact, I'll be going there with Elisa in May to do our first scouting trip. Well, we know Peru very well, but we're finalizing the itinerary. And also China. We're offering driving tours with Land Cruisers through rural Western China. I'll be going on that trip to finalize at the end of June. So I'll have fresh stories for you when I see you guys in Pamplona. We're also adding Australian outback safaris, and I was there a month ago finalizing an itinerary to Kangaroo Island using a 4-wheel drive Alka bus, which was actually built originally for the Australian military. Go anywhere, do anything kind of like a Hummer, but it carries 12 people. So we've got a lot in store for you guys, and we're excited to share them with you. We call them authentic experiences around the world. So just be prepared. You'll start to hear more from us about authentic in general. And if you buy from us, you'll notice your credit card statement will say either Authentic Voyages or Authentic Pamplona. So we're slowly adding those brands into our business as we launch them this year.
Mark, this
What
year
other questions?
probably we are going to have some people from Peru, because one of our guests are telling me that his wife is from Huancayo, from Peru.
Oh, fantastic. In fact, we should let Elisa say hi. I think Elisa is on the line as well. She is our country specialist for Spain and Peru, and she handles customer service and reservations out of our Lima office, which we share an office with one of our local hero organizations we support called Help Them Hope. Elisa, are you there?
Yes, Mara, I'm here. Good evening to everyone. And I'm happy to show to all the people that want to come to Peru and Lima and all the trips that you can do with us, with Authentic.
Good. Yeah, we're really excited to be able to feature Peru because we felt like we were kind of missing an opportunity to have Elisa sitting in Peru talking about Spain only. And now we have an opportunity that she can host you in her home country. So personalphilanthropy.org is actually the 501c3 organization that works with Elisa's organization. She works part-time for us and part-time for Help Them Hope. So Elisa, are you in the office tonight, or are you at home?
I'm in home already.
Okay, good. Well, it's late, so you should be home. But you can watch a YouTube video, for example, about the project. And so if you just go to personalphilanthropy.org, and I think you can actually just to shorten it, go personalphilanthropy.org/HTH. Nope. How about personalphilanthropy.org projects? Sorry. And then click on Help Them Hope. You'll get to know a little bit about what we're doing there, and about also the office that Elisa is working in. And of course, there's sponsorship and donation opportunities for the education and capacity building they do. They work with young people who had physical disabilities and who were healed at the Hogar de Francisco Asís, but then need vocational training, and because they often will have missed a lot of school or missed opportunities in life. So they get life coaches, they get training in whatever field they're interested in going into. And it's all about empowering people and creating opportunities for them. In fact, this photo here is a photo of Jaime, who is doing really well with English and is wanting to work in tourism, actually. So we may see him one of these days. We will offer tours to Machu Picchu. We're finishing the itinerary now, and we're so excited to talk about it. And it's a great way to both get to know our projects that we're working with, and just one of the other projects we work with is called Niños del Arco Iris, which is a community development project. And the really cool thing is it's in the foothills in the Sacred Valley leading up to Machu Picchu. So they have bungalows that you can stay in, and anybody that wants to visit, it sounds like you guys are interested in going to Machu Picchu, by the way, so we're also happy to help organize any visits you want to do if you're going anytime soon, even before we launch this trip officially. But this organization, Niños del Arco Iris, has bungalows. It's a beautiful spot. It's like Shangri-La in the middle of the hills, and you can stay there. They're fantastic, super rustic, but also comfortable. And the staff it's staffed by kids who've gone through this vocational training program in Urubamba in the Sacred Valley. So it's a great way to get to know the area and get to know some people there. So we're really excited about adding that to our itineraries. So we've got a few more minutes available if anybody wants to ask questions about any of our destinations, but also Pamplona. Noel, Maitana, or Elisa, is there anything that we've forgotten to share?
No, well, we want. I would like to tell you that next weeks we are going to has another webinars about gastronomy and and some other information to run or watch the encierro. And we are going to put the new schedule in our website this tomorrow.
The new webinar schedule?
Yeah.
Great. So for example, if you go to the front page of runningthebulls.travel and about halfway down, attend a live webinar, there's the link to the webinar schedule. And this will be updated with our new dates and times and topics. And there's our famous countdown, which is always scary when we look at it because we have to figure out how to find spots for everybody over the next 86 days. Pamplona is already selling out. Most of our hotels, all of our hotels in the center have sold out for the first 3 days of the fiesta. We still have space at the Castillo de Goraiz, which is a fantastic golf spa and resort. It's only a 13-minute drive from the Bull Run route. So if you haven't booked your hotels yet, please do it this week or risk staying in some place not very nice or no place at all. If you have flexible travel plans, you still have more options later in the fiesta. Midweek is really good because on the weekends, of course, the opening weekend is very famous because most people think the Running the Bulls only happens on July 7th. But the weekends fill up because French and Italians come in and people from across Spain come in for a long weekend. So that's why it's always harder and more expensive to stay on the weekends.
I have one question is to participate with your organization. I suppose I will need to go to your website and register for whatever package that looks more interesting to myself. Yes, you can go directly to our shop online, or if you want to email us, and we can create any package a la carte for you.
Yeah, that's one thing Maitana is very good at is we have some fantastic packages which save time and save you money because we've already figured it all out and put it together. But also if there's something in there you don't want or something missing that you do want, we can generate custom packages very quickly. And Maitana and Elisa are experts at that. In fact, we're very excited. We've been switching over to Salesforce.com as our CRM system, and starting today, we can start sending you custom package quotes via Salesforce. So it speeds the process up even further. So we're just all trying to streamline the process as much as possible to make sure we get you guys what you need and get your reservations in before they run out of space.
Are asking as well if it's possible to send some information about Lima to them, because they are going to be on a trip at the end of May. So Mark, you can send this information, or Elisa can send it if they send us the email address, right?
Yes, please let us know your email, and so Elisa and I will be happy to work with you. My email is mark@authenticvoyages.com, and Elisa is Elisa, E-L-I-S-A, @authenticvoyages.com, and we'd be happy to. We're already close to finishing the itinerary, so we've got the guides and the tours and everything ready to send you, so we'd be happy to help you out as much as we can. We love Peru. It's an absolutely beautiful country, and the people are so kind. It's probably one of the sweetest, friendliest populations I've ever visited in my life. It's just such it's such a pleasure to go there because people are just so nice. It's really a unique place from that standpoint. So I highly recommend trips to Peru, and it's an interesting place because you have desert, jungle, mountains, beaches, it's got everything. So definitely crisscross Peru as much as you can while you're there. Not to mention one of the modern wonders of the world, Machu Picchu. So
it also has incredible food. Just to throw that out there, if you're looking for a good gastronomic destination, it's one of my top favorites. So that's one thing to add as well.
yeah, Lima is unbelievable. I don't know how it became such a gastronomy center, but the food is just outrageous. It's it's one of the most valued things in their society. So we can definitely hook you up with some great restaurants to go visit. Noelle has a long list since she's been living there the last year, and I'm sure Elisa has since she's lived there her whole life.
Definitely, I've taken many
Yes,
trips
that's
from
true, Mark.
Elisa.
I'm happy to.
Go ahead, Elisa.
No,
Sorry,
sorry, I
guys.
was telling that that's true. We have a lot of things to share here in Lima, and I'm happy to help them.
Good. Well, I'm glad we're spread across countries that are fun to go to. So I'm in Asia and trying to get things going in Australia and China for you guys. So we're going to stay camped out here at the ends of the earth and prepare things for you to come visit us. Okay, so we're 3 minutes past the hour, and if there are no more questions, Maitane, we'll probably wrap up. Any more questions?
No.
Okay, thanks everybody for hanging with us. I know an hour is a long time to ask in an evening, but hopefully you learned something that's going to enhance your trip and help you be better educated as you prepare for this spectacular experience. We really love Pamplona, and we hope you guys can have a wonderful time. So that's why we're here. Make use of us, email us, call us. We have a direct number in Dallas. It's 935-1601. If you go to our website and click call in the top, you'll see our contact information right here. And that will actually ring through to, if you press the option for sales or bookings, it'll ring through to Dallas, Lima, and Hong Kong all at once. So whoever's available, we'll do our best to pick up. So thanks again, you guys. Hope to see you and meet you personally in Pamplona, and looking forward to having you join us. And thanks, Noelle and Maitane and Elisa for helping and for preparing the presentation. And we'll look forward to the next one next week. Talk to you later.
You're welcome, Mark, and thank you everyone for your nice words about the webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you to everyone. Have a good evening.